Okay, we are back from our song Casanova, and we are also back. We have the man of the moment, Prof. Daddy was Groovy Dr. Z, on the lines with us as we speak. So, Prof. Daddy was Groovy Dr. Z, do you want to say hello to the listeners out there?
Absolutely, definitely. Good morning, South Coast Radio. I believe you're out in Scottsboro. That's a very beautiful part of the country. And thanks for having me on your show, Ryan.
Awesome. It's really an honor and privilege to have you on the lines with us this very moment. So, guys, we are going to go into a quick short bio about the man of the moment who is with us. So, Prof. Daddy was Groovy Dr. Z, real name Zivanai Cuthbert Chipanduka, is a composer, singer, performer, and guitarist based in Cape Town. He has released songs using the names Dr. Z, Groovy Dr. Z, and now Prof. Daddy was Groovy Dr. Z. These names come from the fact that Z is a professor at hematological pathology at Stellenbosch University Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences and the National Health Laboratory Service Tygerberg Hospital. Prof. Daddy recorded his first studio demo at the SABC studio in Durban back in the year 2000. The four-song demo CD contained a song he composed with his late brother Robert as little school children. His first album, titled Mandela is a Giant in the year 2012, was recorded with a trio called Peanuts and Ice Cream and included a praise poem he wrote for the global statesman Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. He managed to send a copy of the CD to Madiba before he passed away. And also, so he has just released one of his most recent release, by the way, which was the 13th of June this year, which is called Rudo. Sorry, okay, so it's called
Chinyiko.
Rudo Chinyiko, and so we're gonna be talking to him about that today, as well as a basic background in the music industry and so on. So thank you once again for being with us, Prof. Daddy, and it's really once again it's an honor to have you with us on the lines. So looking at introduction and background, many people know you today as Prof. Daddy, but you've also gone by Dr. Z and Groovy Dr. Z. Can you tell us the story behind your different stage names?
Well, look, it's really historical. Most people call me Z, which is the first two letters of my name, Zilanai.
Okay.
And when I was at King Edward Hospital, Addington, RK Cons, and all these places, everybody knew me either as Z or Chap. Now, when I made my first album, I just titled it Dr. Z. But
Okay.
around that time, my daughter liked saying Groovy Dr. Z.
Okay.
She was very little, and she would say, "My dad is Groovy Dr. Z" at the creche. So
Okay.
I just took that name naturally. Now, I went by that name for many years. But now, fast forward to the time when I was promoted to professor about 3-4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And my daughter said, we can't call you a Groovy Prof. Z. It doesn't sound nice. And I agreed with her. So we brainstormed one afternoon while sitting in the garden. And she said to me, "No, I'll just call you Prof. Daddy." That's where the name came from. And I kind of liked it because I think you may know that once someone is a professor, they don't like being called doctor anymore.
That's
And
true.
I'm not an exception. So I only allow people to call me doctor if they call me Groovy Dr. Z. Otherwise, just call me Z. Don't call me Dr. Z anymore unless you mention the part that Z is a groovy guy.
True.
How's that for
Oh, that's awesome.
How's that for vanity?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect as is. Okay, so
Yeah.
so you balance being a professor of hematological pathology with being a musician. How do you juggle these two
Yeah.
very different worlds?
to be honest with you, they kind of juggle themselves because the job is very selfish. It's very demanding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the head of department of a fairly big division.
Yeah.
And that is my full-time job. So I take that seriously, and I do enjoy it particularly. That's why I've stayed on in academia after experimenting with so many things. The music itself is also demanding in the sense that I'm always thinking, I always have a song in my head, playing. And every day when I get home, Monday to Friday, I never play my guitar for sort of less than 30 minutes. Even if I go home, I get home at midnight. I'll take my guitar, strum a few, chords, that kind of thing. So the two are really competing very tight. It's a tight competition. But at the moment, the day job wins hands down. I'm hoping that will change very soon because I'm 64 now.
Wow.
So you're looking at a few years, then I have to quit being a full-time professor.
Yeah.
And then I hope I'll grow my beard longer. I'll grow my hair, although now I've got patches on my head, so I can't quite grow a full afro. I would have loved to grow a nice gray afro, bushy beard, and just be a musician.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome,
Yeah, just dreaming.
Sometimes, dreams can come true, so you never know.
Yeah.
Okay, so your first recording experience was at the SABC studios in Durban in the year 2000. How do you remember that moment, and how has your recording process evolved since then?
Look, that's a very nice question, actually, because I love that bright, I think it was a Tuesday morning, when my son Tiger was 19 at the time, and he was in his gap year just before going to Pietermaritzburg University.
Okay.
I took him along. The two of us were living in Mdloti that time on the coast, just north of Mhlanga. And we went to the studio. I introduced the young man as my manager. Oh, you should have seen his face, the way he was so proud when I introduced it to the recording team. There were two of them, a white guy and an African guy. I've forgotten their names, but I've got them written down somewhere. And I introduced my son as my manager. We went into the studio. This was very interesting, Ryan. Yeah. I only had my guitar, the gun. It was still quite new at that time. So I just got a microphone, sat down, sang into the microphone in one take, and recorded each one of the songs.
Wow.
Now, obviously, these were demos.
Yeah.
And I walked out with a CD, which I used to play in my car, and I loved doing that. I had an Audi those days. Okay. And I'll play it in my car. And whoever gets in my car, I'll play it and say, guess who's playing? It's me. I was very proud.
Yeah.
The process has changed quite a bit, Ryan.
Okay.
Now, the way I do it, if I've got the words first, I then get some music for it, get the chords on the guitar, feed it into GarageBand, which is my main recording. It's very amateurish. Then I put in lines, I put in the drums, I can even find the keyboard, wind instruments, everything. And then once I have the structure of the song, I go to my producer. That's why my producer and I have worked so well, because I don't go with a half-baked song. I actually have the song the way I want it to sound.
Yeah.
Many people just give a voice to the producer, and the producer does this thing.
Yeah.
Now, my producer prefers it if I bring him a work which is as complete as possible. Then from there, we work the magic together. So it's a different process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the current process is working very well. I'm on song number 8 now with
Wow.
my producer, Oliver Skalvik. Over
Okay.
the past 2-3 years, this is our song number 8 now.
Awesome.
So we busy boys. We busy boys.
That's for sure. So
Yes.
looking at okay, looking at musical journey, right? So your early musical inspiration came from Dr. MacLeod Chitio when you were just 5 years old. Can you share that memory and how it shaped you?
Well, Dr. MacLeod Chitio turned out to be my mentor in life in general.
Yeah.
And it just happened. I didn't quite plan it like that. By the way, he's a graduate of Natal Medical School,
Okay.
one of the early graduates of the medical school there in Durban.
Wow.
A long time ago, I think either early 50s or early 60s. Now, Dr. Chitio invited me to his son's party. His son Knox, same age as I am, so he was 5 years old. And it's the first time that I was seeing a microphone close quarters. You know, you'd
Yeah.
see the microphones from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Who wants to sing?" And all the kids were about maybe 20 kids or so. All the
Okay.
kids were sitting down and keeping quiet. I raised my hand and he said, "Chapanduka, come." So I sang. It was magic, right?
Yeah.
You know, you sing into, you're looking at the 60s, right? You're looking at around 1966. Now
Wow.
I sing into a microphone, into this metal thing, and my voice comes from another place. Now that was that was just like magical to me. That's what I remember the most about the experience. Dr. Chitio was on guitar.
Yeah.
The local businessman who had been a driver at the hospital, Mr. Charoeza, Mr. Benson Charoeza, was on the other guitar, and I sang with them. I tell you what, the kick I had from that experience,
Yeah.
I think is really part of the reason why I just found myself saying, I must make some music also.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was big inspiration for me.
Awesome. So also your father was a multi-instrumentalist and composer. How has his influence shown up in your own music?
Look, here's the thing. Yeah, our fathers at that time,
Yeah.
they never encouraged us to follow the arts.
Okay.
So while my father was happy to see me developing and beginning to make songs as a child, there were concerns that I would become a musician. And musicians they were associated with poverty, with drugs, with alcoholism,
Yeah.
and just a rough life. So it wasn't attractive at the time to even play. So I
Yeah.
never really considered being a full-time musician. But
Okay.
my dad was huge influence, because every time after we eat supper, before we pray to sleep, we would he would play some music,
Yeah.
usually accordion, concertina, penny whistle, and he had a guitar, but that guitar was shared with another guy who used to make money from the guitar by standing at at street corners,
Yeah.
or sitting in groups of people at tea parties, as they were called, that kind of thing. Yeah, so
Okay.
my dad was huge influence. Also, he had compositions, you see. So I never was happy to just consume music, because I love the music,
Yeah.
really, from an academic point of view. But I always wanted not just to be a consumer of music,
Yeah.
but also to make music. That's from my father.
Really awesome. And so you've drawn influences from a wide range of artists, from Jimi Hendrix to B.B. King, and then also Thomas Mapfumo and Busi Mhlongo. How have you blended these different sounds into your own style?
Well, for those who may not know, Busi was from Durban. She actually went to Inanda Girls in the days, and then she was, I think, with Ipi Tombi, and they were all over the world. So her main influence on me was as a friend
Yeah.
And as a friend, she used to tell me, Z, put your music out there. And these words have stayed with me, that, don't die with your art.
Yeah.
Your music. So when I played the demo from Durban for her, she was like, "You're a musician, Z. Put this out." So that's one. And Busi was very close to Brayu Masekela. That's how I met. I got to know. Actually, I'd met you in Zimbabwe before when they were doing. I think it was Sarafina with Mongeni Ngema. But when I met him in Durban the second time, you and Busi were very close friends.
Yeah.
And I became one of the friends. So all these people influenced me in the sense that I got up close to musicians who appreciated my nonsense. I never really had high regard for my compositions, really. But these guys told me, develop these ideas. They are music. They are good ideas. But I grew up in the era of hard rock, classical rock, heavy metal. So you're looking at Black Sabbath, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Wishbone Ash, all these Uriah Heep, the old classics.
True.
But at the same time, we had the American soul music.
Yes.
All of these influences are really found in my music. My latest song, which now I'm going to confuse you here. I've got another song which is in mastering now, which means it will be finished by the end of next week, and I'll probably then have it in the shops 2-3 weeks later.
Okay.
That song is almost like pop rock,
right,
with an African touch.
Okay.
So, to your point, Ryan, I am not very genre loyal. Some people have called me genre promiscuous, because I don't want to be. It's not that I don't want, but I can't be defined by one genre.
Specific. Yeah, that's true.
But, my music is quite variable. Some of it is more rock than jazzy. Some of it is more pop than rock. But generally, I play Afro rock, Afro pop. That's where we are.
Yeah. Awesome. So you also created your own genre on that topic, which is called Mbakumba Rock. What exactly is it?
Rock.
Yeah. And so what exactly? Okay,
I'm listening.
Okay, so what exactly is it, and how did it come about?
Look, Makumba Rock is because I don't believe that a musician in Africa should try and be anything but an African musician.
Yeah.
And for me, the communal influences, the background influences are coming from, songs from whether it's Zimbabwe, Zambia, whether it's from KwaZulu or Emakoseni out in the Transkei or Ciskei or whatever, Eastern Cape. Let me not be old-fashioned. And what you find then is that Mbakumba is a drum beat which transcends the borders. And it's got two drums, a low note and a high note. The high note is the response, is the call, and the lower note is the response. So it's like,
oh yes.
You hear this?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the background. Now, we then can replace the drums with the bass, one of the drums with another instrument.
Yeah.
But when you listen to it, what's holding it together is that drum beat. Yes. So producers and musicians would say the time signature, I think, is a 6/8.
Okay.
That describes the full picture now.
Yeah.
And on my song Rudo Chinyiko, this one, that is classical Bakumba rock.
Wow.
That is classical Bakumba rock. Yeah, because I borrow from the bira instruments, the clappers, the jingles, the shakers.
Yes, yes.
And then the heavy beat, the heavy bass.
Yeah.
So that's Bakumba rock for you.
Wow. That's really awesome. So looking at songwriting and creativity, many of your songs are based on poems you've written. Do you usually start with words or with music?
Ryan, that's a very good question. Both actually, but it's both. In some cases, I get a riff first. A riff. People glorify solos as the magic of music, but for me, the magic of the music is the riff. So I get a lot of riffs just playing in my head.
Yeah.
And if I'm near a guitar, I pick up a guitar and I record the riff. I develop it. So
Okay.
I do have 3 or 4 songs which are complete, right? But with no words, right? So if I have that and I really like the instruments, I then go and find one of my poems, right?
Yeah.
To fit that music. Otherwise, like for one of them, I start afresh. What mood would fit this music? So I picture it at the end of the production, right? Which changes the beat quite a bit because remember, producers also have their own artistic input, eh?
Yeah.
So then I say, okay, this song is a happy song. The song that I'm writing, I'm releasing now, is called Still I Rise.
Okay.
And the guitar progression is quite complicated, but it's got a nice repetition to it. I then decided that this song needs to be a laid back song.
Okay.
And it's going to be across the ages. So that informs now the kind of feel of the music.
Yeah.
But the words are just motivational. Listen to the right voices, pick yourself up, you will survive, you will rise, that kind of thing. So it's a mix really in terms of how I develop the music. You start with this music or with the words.
Oh, that's
Either
great.
one.
That's great stuff, Prof. Daddy. And then also, so some songs like you mentioned like some songs like Mhororo, if I'm saying it correct.
Yes.
So
You're saying it correctly.
Okay, so that came to you in your sleep, right? Can you walk us through how you captured those ideas before they fade away?
Yeah, that's very interesting. I was in Saudi Arabia on a contract. We sometimes go there to get a little bit more money. Because things are tough.
Yeah.
So I was in Saudi Arabia, and it was, I think, 2014. I just woke up at about 3 in the morning, and I was singing this song in my head. So when I woke up to go to the bathroom, as I was going to the bathroom, I was like, wait a minute, what song is this?
Yeah.
Then I realized, no, this is nobody's song. Then I said, no, this is my song. So I went to the lounge, grabbed my guitar, and I recorded the singing the song along, and trying to see what it is. Then I realized that I was onto something.
Yeah.
And I would need to build it. So I did build it then after that.
Okay.
It was just initially a celebratory song. But then my stepdaughter got married here, and she said, Dad, come and play.
Yeah.
So I went to Stellenbosch, and I was the main act. I then made it a wedding song for her. So it's a nice, happy, clappy, sing-along, wedding song. So that's interesting you asked that question, but that's the story.
That's really awesome, I must say. And then also, your music often includes social commentary, anti-war themes, and messages of hope. Why are these topics important to you?
Ah, Ryan, I think it's the curse of being a doctor, really. You know, I can't be quiet
Yeah,
when I see children, women being blown up to pieces,
true. It's
and they are not combatants. It
yeah,
doesn't matter the background. These are innocent people. They are not
true.
fighting.
That's right.
So it's just the conscience which comes from the sensitivity to human suffering, which I believe it comes from the profession. I then comment about other things. Just if I can be the kind of person that sings a song to you and you smile, I'm
Yeah.
happy. I sing about matters from poverty
Mm-hmm.
to just matters of joy, just getting up and
Yeah.
dancing and that kind of thing.
True.
I sing about forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's a biggie for me, and I guess I may have picked that partly from Mandela,
Okay.
and the need that I think Mandela is the one who said that if I don't forgive the people who sent me to prison, and what happened in prison,
Yeah.
I may be out of the jail. I may be out of the jail, but my mind, my body is still in
Still in
prison.
prison. That's true. Yeah.
So when you forgive someone, you're actually liberating yourself. So I
Yeah.
like to comment about these things. I'm doing a song on children.
Okay.
Just like let the children be, let the children play.
Yeah.
And it's coming up very hopefully with my album, which I'm going to release hopefully by about October, end of October.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so it's just being conscious of what surrounds us.
Yeah.
But I'm also very environmental. My song "Give Me My Sick,"
Mm-hmm.
you know, is talking about the beauty of of our land.
Yeah.
If you look at that coast you're on, all the way from the wild coast to Josini up there near, the Mozambique border,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. You go up, you end up in the Drakensberg. Again, beautiful. You go to the plains, rolling plains of the Midlands. We don't sit to appreciate the beauty around us. I mean, here in Cape Town, when I look out the window, I see the back of Table Mountain. I
Okay.
see the Hollands Mountains.
Yeah.
It's just beauty around us.
True. Yes.
So
It's
these are the things I sing about.
yeah.
Yes, that's what I sing about.
It's great stuff. And then also looking at family and legacy. So your children, you mentioned this before as well. So your children named your guitar Dad's Gun, right? And your
Yeah.
and your grandson even helped create the melody you just mentioned, Gimme Masik, right? So
Yeah, my granddaughter.
okay. So how does your family get involved in your music?
You know what? If you come to I've got two homes. I live in Cape Town, but my other home is in Bryanston, in Joburg.
Okay.
If you came to my house, you can easily find the whole downstairs lounge with guitar hooked to the amplifier and
Wow.
four guitars all over. And what my son Taffy does is he can just come and pick one of the guitars, sit down and play. So
Yeah.
we've got music around us,
True.
honestly. With Marsha, we sing. 3 days ago, she was playing flute for me
Yeah.
while I was playing this song, "I Still Arise," which is still to come. And it's just the music of family. My son Taffy, the one who's a medical student in Mauritius,
Yeah.
he wanted to be a full-time musician.
Okay.
My condition was if you get a formal qualification
Yeah.
in music, then it's okay with me. But his mother's side, they are all professionals. Grandfather was a professor in medicine. Grandmother is a professor as well. So they said, no way, this boy must be a doctor.
Yeah.
So he became a doctor. Although when we meet,
Yeah.
the first thing we do is we take guitars. So when he came, he was around about a month ago. He came briefly for just a week, and I went up to be with him. Honestly, literally within hours, within minutes of him coming, we pick up guitars and we just sit. We talk to folks, we play, we talk, we play, and he gives me the best rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
My son Mambo is unfortunately also trying to be a doctor.
Okay.
And he's also in medical school. He's got one of the most beautiful voices.
Wow.
And when he was at school up at St. Peter's in Sunninghill there,
Yeah.
he was in charge of the sound and lighting
Okay.
at the school.
Yeah.
From an early age. So look, music is just part of us, honestly. There's nothing else I can say.
I can
It's
see.
just part of the family.
I can just see it because I mean, from generations passed down from your dad down to you, down to the rest of the families, and probably before your time. I mean, it's you guys have a real you guys really have a rich history when it comes to music. I can just see it.
We enjoy it. Thanks. We enjoy it.
That's really awesome. And then, so do you see your musical journey as something you want to pass on to the next generation in your family?
Look, the pressures are big. Honestly, I wouldn't mind one of my children or grandchildren being a full-time artist.
Yeah.
Really, I wouldn't mind. But even up to this day, music is not given as the first choice for anyone who wants a career.
That's true.
If I had a little bit more money,
Yeah.
I could say, look, my granddaughter doesn't need to make too much money. Let her follow her passion.
Yeah.
But as things are, it's about the bills first. So you
True.
find that most of my children are trying to, and grandchildren who try to be professionals. Honestly, I'm easy.
Yeah.
If I had a grandchild who's a full-time musician, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
We take ourselves too seriously, actually. As
True.
long as she's productive,
Yeah.
as long as she's following her passion, and as long as she can pay her bills eventually,
Yeah.
I'm happy. You know, yeah, that's the family aspect.
That's really awesome indeed. So looking at we're actually going into some questions based on your song release, Rudo Chinyiko. So
Yes.
this is your second release in this year, 2025, and a collaboration with Botswana-based Sahi. How did this
Yes.
how did this partnership come about?
One of my family members is a man called Black James Bond, and his
Okay.
name is Temba. He's out in Harare.
Yeah.
He's into the entertainment business, MC and all of that. That's his life.
Yeah.
He just said to me one day, hey, you know, buddy, I think I've got someone you can work with, and
Yeah.
she's based in Botswana. That's how that's how I got to know Sai.
Okay.
I sent a WhatsApp to her. We spoke on WhatsApp, and she told me about her musical journey. And she has one song on YouTube. I listened to the song, and then I said, look, let's create music. The problem is this. She only plays mbira,
Yeah.
and I don't play mbira.
Yeah.
But I say to her, right, if it's my song, which I've composed, I'll send you the guitar version, right?
Yeah.
You put mbira. Because my approach to mbira is a bit different. And I've already been criticized by not criticized, but one producer was very surprised
Yeah.
at my approach. I remove rhythm guitar almost completely,
Wow.
and I make the mbira the rhythm guitar. So the rhythm of the song, if you listen carefully, the
Yes.
notes in the voices are coming from the mbira. The
Wow.
solos, the guitar solos are coming from the mbira.
Yeah.
So the mbira is holding the music together, and we develop it. And that's my formula with Sahi. If it's
Yeah.
my song, she'll convert it to Mbira, then I reverse engineer it and make it a modern song.
Yeah.
If it's her song, she'll send it to me in Mbira, and again, I'll do the same process. So that's how we operate with Sahi. We've never met, by the way.
Okay.
She's out in Bots, and I'm here. We've never
True.
met.
It's a bit of a distance.
Technology, but
That's true. Yeah. You with technology you can get away almost easily, you know. So
yeah.
So the song features. I've also listened to it personally, and it really sounds awesome. I did mention this to you as well, and from my personal experience listening to the song, which actually features a mix of pop, rock, and African sounds,
Yes.
with the mbira playing a central role, right? So why was it important?
Yes.
Okay, so why was it important to you to include the traditional instrument?
Well, look, I've got this thing that we as African musicians, and I'm talking about across all the races, across all the genres,
Yeah,
we have something unique here.
true.
And I always say to young people, don't try to be Rihanna Fenty,
Yeah,
because Rihanna is there already. You know, that's taken. The Rihanna for this world she's there. Don't try to be Prince, you know.
yeah.
Because Prince is dead. Don't try to be Michael Jackson.
I was just thinking that now. Yeah,
No, but don't try to be him. Enjoy him. I enjoy Jacko. Big time. But I don't like this thing of an African musician just trying to sound like
someone else.
another type of musician.
Yeah.
That will not get you anywhere.
True.
The thing is to be yourself, and that's why my music, whether it's actually a pop song, you'll find it must have African instruments.
Yeah.
It must have the congas, the bongos, you know, the shakers, the gourd shakers, you know, all of these, the marimbas, and all the African instruments, you know. And it must somehow relate to Africa, because that is the novelty, that is the contribution we make to the world music, not just following. No, so that's the basis, Ryan, on which I'm following this part.
Great stuff. And then also the lyrics explore love for family, friends, neighbors, and community. What inspired this theme?
You know, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
When Sahi, this song was written by Sahi, Rudo Chinyiko, on Mbira. When she sang it to me and she sent me a voice note on WhatsApp, I loved it immediately. I said, let's do this song. However, I had some misgivings about the theme. The theme was love. Okay?
Yeah.
Asking what is love. Yeah. But it was more from the point of view of a disappointed lover. You treat me badly. Is this love? That kind of sentiment. I say, no, let's not do it like that. Let's explore love, the subject. Let's not box it to a love of boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife, or whatever. You know, boyfriend to boyfriend, whatever relationship. No, let's not talk about that. Let's broaden it.
Yeah.
The way I love my daughter, the way I love my son. So my part says, that's just to say, I've got lots of love in my heart, folks. I've got love for my son. I've got love for my daughter. I've got love for their mother, who's beautiful, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he kicks off by saying that, is it love for nature, the river flowing wide? Is it sharing joy? Is that love? Is it the fears we have, the tears we share?
Yeah.
Is it the bond of a mother? Or is it about a friend? Or is it about neighbors? So we really then broaden it to talk about love in all its forms. Yes. That's where we are, and I love the concept that, you know, we mustn't just talk about love in the context of sexual love or
Yes.
you know
True.
physical love
Yeah, that's
or
true.
yeah or romantic love.
Yeah.
Even there's more to it than that.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's right. And then you also co-wrote the song with Sahi. What was that creative process like?
Well, like I said, she puts the mbira and vocals down.
Yeah.
She sends them to me. I put tight guitar with a bit of bass. I send it to her. Then we agree on the lyrics and the structure of the song, right? She
Yeah.
goes to a studio in Gaborone. She records voice, mbira, 3 lines of mbira with voice, and then she sends it back to me.
Yeah.
And then once I have that, I work on it in GarageBand,
Yeah.
make it complete, put in the other lines, the drum line, the bass, and all of that,
Yeah.
and then go to Ollie, and we work the magic. And according to Ollie, the
Yeah.
producer,
Yeah.
Ollie van Schalkwyk,
Yeah.
this to him is his best production ever. This Rudo Chinyiko. He says, as a producer, he finds this as the work he's most proud of. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the case, but he really says that this is his best production job ever. So that's something.
Pro-
That
pro-
is something.
Probably it could be also the uniqueness in your sound as well. Like you just mentioned, musicians
Yes.
who try,
Yeah.
musicians who try to be like someone
True.
else and not themselves, not their unique sound. That could also be part of it as well.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You're right. I suspect so.
True.
True, yeah.
Okay, and then also produced by Ollie as well, as you mentioned. The song still carries your signature harmonizing lead guitar. How do you ensure that your Prof Daddy sound shines through collaborations?
That is a problem. When you collaborate with somebody,
Yeah,
be ready for them to tell you that I don't like this,
true. Yeah,
And I'll be very honest with you.
yeah,
Sai was a bit hesitant. She was very hesitant. Not really very.
yeah,
But initially, she was hesitant about putting a rock guitar with mbira.
yeah,
And she said so. So I had to dance around that because my main thing is when I'm composing,
yeah,
I want the guitar to be singing with me. There is the rhythm guitar, which is the most difficult guitar, which is my thing. I'm a rhythm guitarist. I'm not a lead guitarist,
yeah.
although I can play a bit of lead.
Okay,
So I then want the lead always to harmonize with my voice.
that's
Now, some people don't like it. So it's always a problem with collaborations. But I must say, with Marisa Klassen,
yeah,
she just loved the whole thing, lock, stock, and barrel. She was just happy, like, this is it. But their collaborations are a matter of give and take, Ryan.
yeah,
If you just want to be yourself, don't collaborate with somebody else.
yeah,
Because sometimes the best out of you will come during a collaboration. Your best attributes
yeah,
will come out in a collaboration. So it's really a balance. You got to remain yourself, but you got to accept other people's input and modifications,
yeah.
and even downright rejection and criticism. You see.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's not easy.
true. It's really a task indeed, you know.
Mm, mm, mm.
So looking at performance and audience, you've said the song works. You said the song works whether someone is relaxing, running, or dancing. How important is versatility in your music?
Yeah, look, it's not something that I upfront think about. I think it's just my approach to creating music. I like songs which, by the first minute, you've got something to hum along to,
Yeah.
tap along to, or sing along to.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that's really the summary of my creative process. I don't think there's much else I can say.
Yeah. Awesome. So, have you performed the song Rudo Chinyiko live yet? And if so,
No, no, man,
oh,
no. So no, this is my Achilles heel. That's my
yeah.
weakness. I just don't have the time to do live shows. And in a year, on the average, I'll be lucky to pull 3, and they're usually fairly small gatherings.
Yeah.
But having said that, I'm now working on something much bigger because my producer is also a good stage musician. He
Okay.
plays bass and he plays guitar interchangeably.
Yeah.
So looking to the future, I really believe, well, in this, hopefully in the last 2 quarters of the year,
Yeah.
I'm going to manage to pull two shows. But yeah, come next year and in the future, I would like to do more gigs. But at the moment, I haven't performed this one yet. Yeah, not yet.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be coming soon, eventually in due time. That's for sure. And on the topic,
Yeah.
on the topic of future plans. So you've had a fascinating journey from recording demos to creating your own genre. Looking ahead, what can fans expect from Prof Daddy in the next year?
Well, in the next 4 weeks, God willing, I should be releasing my single "Still Arise," which is a bit of a pity because Rudo Chinyiko is still charting, and it's still on the way up. But I think that's okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice problem to have. So I've got "Still I Rise" that is on the horizon. Okay.
Okay.
Then after that, I've got another song which I'm gonna release with my album.
Yeah.
The album should be out end of October, halfway through November.
November.
That's all for this year. Yes, the album. So you are looking at possibly 2 singles and an album before the end of the year.
Wow.
But definitely one single and the album before the end of the year. That's the plan. Then, looking at 2026, I believe I'll be able to do more gigs. And I want to share this. I'm not going to mention names because I haven't asked the people involved for their privacy to mention them.
Yeah,
but I'm taking my song called World War IV, which is available out. It's out for some time now.
Okay.
And it's a protest song against the war. And I'm getting some fairly serious musicians, international musicians, and all of that to see if we can do an international collaboration to say, please stop killing people.
That would be a really awesome event, that's for sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I've got a good feeling about it, and some big names are enthused, and very keen on it. So let's see how that goes. So that might be our project before Christmas. That was the target. I don't know if we'll meet it. Yeah, so that's where we are.
You remind me of this this phrase that I came across, which says, don't was it? If I hope I can recall it correctly. It was something to do about making music and not war, kind of thing. I don't know if you came across that before.
Yeah. It used to be in the hippie days. I was still a small boy. It was make love, not war. That was the one piece. Make
Yes.
love, not war.
Not war.
The other one was drop singles, not bombs.
Oh, yes. That was a recent one.
Drop singles, don't drop bombs. Look, war is terrible.
True,
really.
it is.
War is terrible.
It's really, Okay, so the last question this moment, if you could sum up your mission as a musician in one sentence, what would it be?
It would have to be my motto, my creed, which is in Latin. I'm old school, so we still make Latin mottos. It's primum fac bonum musicam, which means first make good music. Don't worry about genre, don't worry about whatever, just make music which you believe is good. That's all. That's what I want to do. All I want to do is make good music.
That's really awesome stuff, Prof. Daddy. And thank you once again for being with us on South Coast Radio. It's really been an awesome privilege having you with us. And before you go, is there anything else you'd like to add? Maybe a shout out to any of the listeners from your side that's tuning in?
Well, look, all I want to say is that the South Coast is beautiful. My son has got a place in South Broome, somewhere on the beach. So I love that part of the world. Also, I'm both a North Coast and South Coast. But people enjoy yourselves. You are in one of the best parts of the world, and try and have fun, and don't take yourselves too seriously. It's got to be a balance. That's all I would say, really.
Well, it's really awesome once again, as I mentioned, having you with us on the lines again. And I am hoping, I don't know, you have such a busy schedule on your side, and so I'm hoping we get to have you more often on our streaming as well. As you said. As you said, you got a new release coming out anytime soon at this very moment. Maybe we might have a discussion on that again, depending on your availability as well, which is not a problem at all. I'm looking forward to it.
When the song comes, I'll send it to you before it's out.
Definitely, I'll be looking forward to that. It's really awesome.
Lovely.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you once again, Prof. Daddy, once again being with us. And so to the listeners also, thank you for streaming this very moment with us, those who are new to our streaming service, South Coast Radio. And so we're also going to be playing the song by Prof. Daddy featuring Sahi, which is called Rudo Chinyiko, What is Love? You guys stay tuned for that, as we have more hits coming up as well after that. I'll see you guys in a moment.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.